So I am Paul Prince. I'm Chief Technology Officer for Mangstor. Mangstor is revolutionizing storage performance to help companies work faster. So every company has people or applications that spend time looking for data or looking for files, and it can be a search for a needle in a haystack. What we do is we help companies find needles much faster. So a little bit about the company. We're an Austin-based company. Trevor Smith and Ashwin Kamath are serial entrepreneurs. They most recently were with Server Engines, which was acquired by Emulex. You may remember that. Going back in time, Trevor was actually one of the founders for ROS Technologies, so Spark CPUs going in Sun computers. I most recently, before Mangstor, was Chief Technology Officer for the Enterprise Product Group at Dell. We just closed our Series B financing round recently, so we're very obviously happy about hitting that milestone, and it shows a great amount of confidence from our investors. From a CIO's perspective, the problem that they continue to face, the question they always ask if you go up high enough levels, how do I get more out of my IT infrastructure? And that's actually true whether they're in the cloud or they're on-premise. It's really the same question. And so in many companies, what that means is they're moving from a traditional business intelligence, data analysis kind of a model into data mining and data scientist kind of model. So let's talk about the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist. A data scientist is facing vastly more amounts of data, much more complex questions, and he's being demanded answers almost in real time, very fast. So this data scientist is such a challenging position that Harvard Business Review recently quipped that it's actually the sexiest job of the 21st century. So we looked at this problem and we said, fundamentally the issue is it takes too long to get the data from where it's stored. We're going to do a storage solution that addresses that problem. And so what we did was we took an end-to-end approach to the problem, starting all the way from the network and going all the way into the flash. And the solution that we've come up with, it fits in with open industry standards in existing enterprise applications without requiring changes, so it fits in seamlessly, and we're solving real customer problems today. So we're seeing super fast results on bigger databases. We've been working with a healthcare research firm on the East Coast where they moved from 24-hour benchmark results on SQL searches to 4 hours. So big time improvement in things that really matter to researchers. And we've shown cases where you can get more work done with fewer resources. So an example we've put forward is an in-flash caching server instead of in-memory caching servers, and we've seen for some applications a 10-to-1 reduction in the number of servers you've had to put in place. Probably more importantly, simply we're helping customers keep up with the fast influx of data and analyze it at the same time. So let's talk about the technology just a tad. Traditional storage area networks with hard drives are truly legacy these days. As SANs move to SSDs, whether it's all-flash array or hybrid, they still are burdened with the legacy fabric of SAN. And so what we've done is done a truly network-optimized all-flash array that gets us an additional 10x benefit in both performance and latency over SAN-based approaches. Inside, we're using our software-defined PCIe SSD. It's actually our SSD. It has a 100-core processor on board. So we are software-defined all the way down to the device in our product. Two products that we have, the MX series card and the NX series array. The NX series array, just for example, won Best of Show at the most recent Flash Memory Summit. So today, what we're doing is we're delivering products that bring real business value by getting data to the application super fast so that bigger, more complex problems can be solved quickly. But the industry's not standing still. Data sizes are growing. Questions are getting more complex. Many analysts and thought leaders are now talking about flipping the paradigm on its head so you bring the application to the data, and that's often called in-storage processing. Well, we've already got this great software-based platform, and we're not talking about in-storage processing, we're doing it. So today we're delivering data to the application super fast. We're positioned to be leaders in the next wave of in-storage processing, and what we think that allows us to do is to bring yet another 10 to, in some cases, 100x improvement in performance. So let me close by introducing you to Mangstor, the high-performance in-storage processing company. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's thank Paul from Mangstor. Tom, let's start with you. Yeah. So listening to you, you know, the question that jumped to mind was, why isn't a much larger company doing this? And I guess, does it have to do with the size of the market for this kind of product?
No, I think the size of the market is quite large and growing rapidly. We don't have any legacy baggage around storage area networks, and so we're free to kind of start from scratch, start from a clean slate, and optimize end-to-end. And then also, just personally, our company has extreme deep expertise in storage and storage fabrics, so we knew from the beginning, 3 years ago, that we were going to do an end-to-end based solution.
Thank you. Michael?
So 2 questions. The next generation non-volatile memories, like 3D XPoint, things like that, address very much the same idea. How do you see that intersecting with what you're doing? And what new workloads and applications come to mind as all this, you know, low latency performance sort of opens up that people maybe haven't imagined yet?
Yeah, that's a good one. The second one is actually, it's what you haven't imagined is right? So what we do know is that performance never stops, right? And the hunger for performance never stops. And as we, as an industry, deliver more performance, people who thought they didn't need it, all of a sudden start doing things they've never done before. So, you know, just talking about the Internet of Things and stuff that's going on here is a massive data explosion. The gateway products that you guys have just announced, the ability to actually filter data real time as it's coming in and store that amazing stream. So I think that this whole persistent storage with the ability to store data very fast and do some amount of processing on it before it heads upstream is a very, very important thing.
Great.
What about the 3D XPoint?
Oh, the 3D XPoint. So, yeah, certainly Flash's non-volatile memory is getting faster, but ultimately you have to take an end-to-end solution from the network all the way into the storage device, whether it's NAND flash or it's 3D XPoint. If you don't go all the way out to the network and do a truly end-to-end optimized solution, then you're not going to have the best solution on the marketplace. And then I would also ask the question is, you know, if 3D XPoint is going to be attached to x86 processors, is that always the best place to do the processing, do the storage? Are there some other options out there? And we've actually looked at some lighter weight processing examples where you can do appropriate amount of in-storage processing and move quickly. But I think the non-volatile memory faster technologies, whether it's XPoint or technologies that will come from other vendors, just help move the baseline of latency down. And for us, we will just continue to get better and take advantage of it.
Great.
Great, thank you.
Thank